5:01 left in the second quarter. 23-20 is the St. James lead here on the spot Kansas City 38. And the DM injury law game of the week, game 2 of our doubleheader, St. James basketball.
Both teams are playing really hard. Caught up in the situation with the crowd. It's a big rivalry.
Peters to the block and fouled by Brown. Peters to the line to shoot a couple. Emmett Peters, the senior, second leading scorer and best free throw shooter on the team. And Coach mentioned an interesting thing about him, type 1 diabetic, something that they've got to keep an eye on as well. Yeah,
he said they found that out early in his career and it's been monitored. He's a 3-year starter and really, for the most part, their best player for the last 3 years. And he's really working on different phases of his game, putting it on the floor a little bit. He could always shoot the ball. And, he's been a prominent player in the EKL for 3 years.
Yeah, he was their leading scorer his freshman year and one of the big-time players, a starter for them that time as he converts the second free throw, now a 5-point advantage. And St. Thomas Aquinas, they've done a nice job of staying in this game. They've had a few leads as well. This team coming in at 5-12, but not playing like a 5-12 team right now.
No, and it really feels like they're winning the basketball game. They're winning some of the loose balls. Just got to get the ball in the hole. Really good defense now. Last 2 possessions from St. James. Just nowhere to go with the 5-out offense.
Gavin with a big 3.
And they're doing it with the 3-pointer. They're not a great 3-point shooting team.
Gavin cuts the lead to 2. Can St. James increase it once again? Davis, Peters, Kolich. Step back, 3, Kolich.
Two really good moves for Luke Kolich.
Murfin will try a triple. Too strong. Loose ball gathered by Kolich. St. James the other way. Ogden doesn't go. Gavin the rebound.
That's St. James basketball. Get into the middle, kick it out, wide open threes. You can't cover it all. Sometimes good offense beats good defense.
Brown will try another 3. Too strong. Gavin couldn't quite come up with the board, and loose ball gathered by St. James.
Oh, really good catch.
Peters, no. Goaltending. St. Thomas Aquinas basketball after the basket counts. Coach Jake Cooper-Smith in his 8th season, a Kansas State University graduate. Coach for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Coach Cooper-Smith's a good example of the influence of Mark Huppy. He told us that he still has the letter that Mark Huppy sent him when he got the job, and Mark Huppy meant so much to him and a lot of young coaches as a mentor. So he's happy to be involved with this great event.
McCullough underneath.
Really good pass from Renzi. Post up with the big freshman McCullough.
McCullough seeing some more time with the injury troubles as Davis doesn't draw iron on the 3, but McCullough on the rebound stepped on the baseline. As Bertholf will come on for McCullough. 2:34 left until halftime. Bossy.
Joe, we're seeing a lot of 3-pointers tonight.
Davis. At about St. Thomas Aquinas, there's a rare 2-point.
Really good job of boxing out there. I think Coach Cooper-Smith just talked to the young man McCullough. Get him right back in. Looks like when he's been coming in, they're really trying to post him up. They got a size advantage with him and Bossy in there.
McCullough listed at 6'7". Sabres. Oh, foul.
He hooked him. Got him with the offensive foul.
First foul on Sabres.
Sabres a big, strong, physical kid. Tried to get him down low. I think he hooked him on the side of the head.
Coach Cooper Smith does not agree with the call, wanting an explanation.
I think he just reminded him he'll get the next call. He should get the next call now.
Davis. Ogden. Kick out. Davis 3. Davis knocks it down.
That's St. James basketball. Penetration going downhill, kicking. You got to have weak side help to stop the layup, and they find the open player well.
It's been a story of 2 quarters. Three-pointer for Sabres on the other hand, and he connects.
That's 3 for him.
Kolich can't get it to go. Out of bounds, St. Thomas Aquinas ball.
The pace of the game, Joe, is really at a fast pace. That's what St. James loves. Coach Cooper Smith's got to think about that a little bit. Maybe be a little bit more patient on offense, getting into a little bit more of a half-court game, getting the ball inside a little bit. Both teams are relying on that 3 today.
Both teams able to connect on some big threes. 5-point game. St. Thomas Aquinas with the basketball.
St. James in the zone right now.
Sabres. Brown underneath. And gets it over Bossi for 2.
That's what he does. He's a blue-collar player in the paint.
Davis. Ogden 3. Rattles out. Bossi the rebound. Peters left open for 3.
Can't leave him open. He walked away from a defensive mistake. Got to communicate there.
It's about a second difference between the shot and the game clock. 2-possession lead for St. Thomas Aquinas, or excuse me, for St. James. Sabres. 7. Renzi for 3. Renzi knocks it down. At the buzzer, no good. And at halftime, a 36-33 lead for St. James, but St. Thomas Aquinas with a big shot to end the half.
Just a barrage of 3-pointers.
And Coach, you said maybe not expecting to see all the 3-pointers, especially from the St. Thomas Aquinas side.
Both of them really averages 52, 54 points a game. You really don't see a lot of halves of 36, 33 points. So it's fun watching. It's fun watching.
Yeah, both teams putting on a show. As we will head to break, you're watching the Game of the Week on the Spot Kansas City 38, brought to you by DM Injury Law.
I'm Mike DePasquale, Kansas City's lawyer, the city of champions. KC is a place where values still matter and honesty is a way of life. When you're injured, you want a lawyer who knows the city and a team that knows how to win. If you've been injured, call me. I've got this.
At Dreamlawn, we utilize our patented Soil Smart technology to reduce harmful pesticides while creating the green, weed-free lawn of your dreams. You can even kiss our grass.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
So, you want to be the best? The best commit to showing up before dawn, perfecting form, pushing limits, even when no one's watching. To be the best, you show up always. Every swing, every drill, every sprint matters. You keep going. When the moment is here, you show up ready. Shields.
At Compass Financial Resources, we help individuals and families looking to take control of their financial future, to find clarity and confidence in the decisions that matter most. We are grateful for the clients who put their trust in us and excited to meet those will have the privilege to help next. From all of us at Compass Financial Resources, we wish all of you a wonderful 2026.
Wow, I can't believe you really fit it all in one truck.
I told you, our trucks are bigger.
And our prices are better.
Junk King, Kansas City. Bigger trucks, better prices. We treat our customers like royalty.
I'm attorney Mike DePasquale. If you've been injured in a car wreck, you don't deserve the medical bills or the lost wages, and you don't deserve to be treated like a nobody. You deserve better. Call me. I've got this.
The DM Injury Log Game of the Week on the Spot Kansas City 38 is brought to you by Cruise Elite Basketball Academy, Junk King of Kansas City, Safe Haven, R.E. Pedrati Company, Cumpy's Sports and Apparel, Arment Enterprises, Mike Sill Insurance, and Talk of the Town.
Welcome back to the DM Law Game of the Week. We're here at St. James, and we're pleased to have halftime with Jackson Cruz. And Jackson is the founder of the Cruz Elite Basketball Pro Academy across Kansas City. And thank you for taking the time here, Jackson. Tell us a little bit about your program, how it got started here in Kansas City. And we know it's all over in the spring and in the summer. And tell us how you got started.
Yeah, so I got started. This has always been a dream of mine to have my own AAU program. I'm actually from Omaha, Nebraska originally. Played for Omaha Sports Academy when they first started, and from then I'm like, this is something I could see myself doing down the road. So went to KU, went in sports management degree. Thought I was going to be a sports agent, but found out I had to get a law degree for that, and didn't want to do that. So ended up going Plan 1B, which was what we're doing now. So I got lucky, may not be the word, but put in a situation my senior year before graduation with a company called Sports Management Associates, who runs the GABL Future, other organizations in Kansas City. So got my coaching started there, and fall of 2023, after I built up a group of 5th going into 6th graders, one's sitting here actually right next to me. He's a freshman at K-State now, but we had 7 kids go from 5th all the way through high school. And 2023 fall, we split off and started Cruz Elite with Wally Judge, who's my business partner, ex-McDonald's All-American, Kansas State, former player. So yeah, that's how we started. We brought our high schoolers over initially, and then kind of went from there. And that winter, we got a 7th grade team, and that spring and summer of 24, we had 7 teams total of high school all on down to 7th grade, but mixing and matching. And last summer, or spring and summer, we tripled in size with 21 teams between the ages of 3rd grade and 17 years.
Well, we know you got a great reputation across the city. What would you tell parents might make the difference between your program and some of the other programs across the city?
We hang our hat on development. Development is key. You don't see enough fundamentals in development being taught, right? And if you're a high school coach or even AAU coach, you only have a certain amount of hours in the week to do skills stuff. So we've got great skills directors, Jalen Fultz, who played at Ottawa, and obviously Wally Judge, Kansas State again. So we hang our hat on development, but also it's bigger than basketball, right?
Oh, sure.
So we try to turn them into young men, and if basketball works out, it works out, but get them prepped for life.
Well, in closing, real quick, Jackson,
Yes,
tell us a little bit about your tryouts that are coming up here real quick.
Yep, so we've got upcoming tryouts March 8th, 9th, 10th, and a makeup on the 23rd for all of our state guys and middle school guys in the city championships during that era. So check our Instagram out, Facebook, got Twitter, Cruz Elite Basketball Academy, Kiba, and all the information's on there, times, registration. We'd love to have everybody out.
Well, he's a good friend of mine. Thank you for your support on behalf of 5 on 5 Sports Media and DM Injury Law Game of the Week. We want to thank you for your support.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I don't mean to to judge, but that other company's truck was tiny.
Ma'am, we can definitely fit this in one truck.
That's why you call Junk King. Bigger trucks, better prices.
Junk King, Kansas City. We treat our customers like royalty.
At Dreamlawn, we utilize our patented Soil Smart technology to reduce harmful pesticides while creating the green, weed-free lawn of your dreams. You can even kiss our grass.
What is he doing?
I don't know.
St. James Academy exists to pass on the Catholic faith to the next generation, to develop the minds and hearts of young people, to know truth, choose good, and live virtuously. This is St. James Academy.
Wow, I can't believe you really fit it all in one truck.
I told you, our trucks are bigger.
And our prices are better.
Junk King, Kansas City. Bigger trucks, better prices. We treat our customers like royalty.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week on the Spot, Kansas City 38 is brought to you by DM Injury Law, Dreamlawn, your Kansas City area Toyota dealers, Compass Financial Resources, Athletic Solutions, and Cruise Elite Basketball Academy.
And welcome back to the DM Injury Law Game of the Week on the Spot, Kansas City 38. Halftime score, St. James Academy leads St. Thomas Aquinas 36-33, Coach.
Well, it's exciting first half. I think both teams really came out with a lot of energy, and both teams shot the ball well from the three-point line. And sometimes, you know, when you score, it overlooks a lot of the other mistakes. And both of them need a win. Both of them in a big rivalry game. St. James would love to get one on their floor and have it 2-0 against St. James this year. But I think Aquinas really needs it. Coach said we're almost there as a team. And as soon as we get one big one, I think we're going to get on a winning streak. And he's hoping it can start today.
Well, let's take a look at our first half highlights. Brought to you by Toyota, and St. Thomas Aquinas was getting it done from beyond the arc early. Renzi here with the big three-pointer. He sabers, caused some havoc, but then St. James got it going inside. Kolich with a nice move, and as Coach was talking about, inside or outside, Kolich doing it outside this time for the three. And Emmett Peters left wide open, very dangerous, nothing but net from beyond the arc.
It's been a total team effort on both ends, on both sides, scoring the basketball. They can all shoot from three. I think, Barbie, both coaches at halftime talked about we got to extend our defense. And on the scouting report, it might have said that they're shooting 20%, but tonight they're on fire. And you got to adjust a little bit some defense, especially for personnel reasons.
Well, in the runs these teams have been on, you know, St. Thomas Aquinas, strong first quarter. St. James seemed to get things under control in the second quarter, but St. Thomas Aquinas really ended the quarter strong to make it a one-possession game.
And Coach talked to us about they just have not done that all year. The thing about St. James with three-pointers, they can hit you for 3 or 4 in a row, and they can blow it out.
Well, St. James coming out aggressive on defense, a little too aggressive there as Peters commits the foul.
Trapped that first pass, tried to get some a turnover here real quick.
It's Gavin to inbound for St. Thomas Aquinas. Trying to tie, or at least cut it to 1 on this possession.
Sabers is their quarterback.
Wayland who's back into the game. Gavin, Sabers. Gavin to tie. Strong. Loose ball. Ogden has it. Good defense from Wayland to knock it out of bounds.
Excellent job hustling down and cutting off the passing lane.
Wayland, good hustle play. Starting the last 2 weeks with the injuries. Bossy. Ogden. Davis. Peters. Called for the travel.
In a little bit of a hurry there. Again, St. James really likes to go downhill in the middle of the floor. When you get the ball in the middle of the floor, you can kick it to every direction, and that really hurts the defense, and it's tough to rotate, cover everybody.
Sabres running point, Renzi. Whalen trying to find Gavin inside, but good defense.
Aquinas trying to post up some of their guards.
Kolich. Kolich guarded by Gavin here. Peters. Peters fouled.
Got him on a hand check on Renzi.
Ben Renzi, the senior guard. Still a 3-point lead for St. James. Bossy. Ogden.
Really good defense by Sabres there. Did not let Ogden go to the floor.
Peters too strong on the three. Bossy the rebound and fouled. Fouls on Brown. Second foul on Brown. Gavin knocks it away. Still St. James ball.
Coaches remind them to watch the back cut, watch the back cut. They do a great job of those back cuts and hit easy buckets.
Kolich, Peters, Ogden. Three-pointer. Rattles out. Bossy can't get the putback. Renzi inside. Saved.
Oh, really good hustle.
St. James the other way.
Oh,
whoa,
really
what a
good
pass. Bossy with the finish. Peters the assist.
Great dish off. Post up with Brown.
Brown inside. Peters tips it out. Aquinas basketball. McCullough back into the game. Hess and Neeson in for St. James. As Ogden and Bossy check out. Renzi.
Oh, you saw that coming.
Peters. Left-handed layup. Renzi the spin inside. What a move.
Good move. This is St. James's pace right here.
Hess. Dragged the pivot foot, traveling back to St. Thomas Aquinas.
Thank you. Steal by Peters. He saw it coming when that ball got into the corner, cut that angle off. Excellent job, anticipation, finishes it.
So St. Thomas Aquinas is approaching the halfway point in the third quarter, trying to cut into the lead on this possession. Renzi.
Really good help.
Sabres. No on the three. Brown with the rebound. Can't get the putback. Out of bounds. St. Thomas Aquinas ball.
Really getting physical underneath the boards. That's a tight area down there. We got our cameramen, we got cheerleaders, we got the referee, we got big bodies. You got to be a man to go down there and get it. Excellent play.
Renzi, no. Out of bounds. Last touch by St. James. St. Thomas Aquinas will get another chance. Brown. Renzi.
The post up again.
Right for McCullough. Knocked down again. St. Thomas Aquinas gets to keep it.
Now all he had to do is catch it, lay it in. Excellent clear out.
Renzi takes the inbound. Renzi in trouble. Step through, blocked by Hess.
Oh.
And then a foul against St. Thomas Aquinas.
Scramble over in the corner. I think he called it on Renzi.
So fouls against Renzi. That is his second, and he will take a seat for the time being.
That was a big possession for Aquinas. They had 3 or 4 chances. Couldn't get it to fall.
Peters.
Peters on McCullough.
Davis. Fouled. Davis to the line to shoot 2.
Dave's a big, strong kid going to the bucket. Senior, averaging 9.5 points a game, 3 rebounds. You can see, one of the things that Coach Coopersmith told us is the fact that their bench scored 20 points, St. James. You could see why. And then it's going into the same groove again this game. They really utilize that bench. They can all score a little bit. And that's why Coach Coopersmith's trying to keep his guys fresh. And they need to pick their game up, some of the guys coming off the bench.
You see the bench there. Big impact as Davis connects on the free throw. Davis, who is the biggest surprise this year for St. James, and great assist-to-turnover ratio, and that time extending the lead. It's a 6-point lead as Brown slashes, and Brown fouled. Fouls on Peters.
The second on Peters. He's very important to stay out of foul trouble. He's been getting into foul trouble, Coach said lately. They need him on the floor.
And Peters comes away with a steal. Knocked out by Bertholf. Stays with St. James with great defense from Peters.
Picked his head up, found the ball like a defensive back in football, and just outran him going to get the ball.
Mason inside. Hess doesn't go. Sabres the rebound. Aquinas the other way. Bertholf. Wayland. That's knocked out of his hands. McCullough diving for the floor. Jump ball. St. James basketball. McCullough tried to call the timeout.
I don't think he'd get there. Fully had possessions to call it. But how many freshmen would even think about that? So he's got very, very high basketball IQ. He's really going to be a good player. Family was all players, St. James, Aquinas. Dr. McCullough's dad's about 6'7", big basketball family. They love the game.
Peters. Inside, wide open, Neeson for 2.
Big part of the game right now. Aquinas needs to score the basketball. Good timeout by Coach. You can almost feel it. St. James pulling away a little bit with their effort and the ability to back cut and score easy ones.
Yeah, Coach, what is working for St. James right now?
Well, they're a lot more active on offense. You can see their cuts the last 2 times. So they missed the last one. They scored that one. The ability to put the ball on the floor with cutters, and if they're not there, they got to have help from another defender, and they have a great ability to find that open defender, the defender that helped stop the back cut open down on the corners. Coach has got to talk about, hey, I like our energy. We just got, Coach Don, we just got to keep it up a little bit. Right now, we're outplaying them in the second half.
Fans of all ages enjoying this one, enjoying maybe a little bit of nachos along with some evening basketball here at St. James. Always a great environment, and a great environment when you get these two schools together for a basketball contest.
Yeah, and you have the Mark Huppy night and Cancer Awareness night, and they are in their baby blue uniforms, and it's a big night for St. James and for the Huppy family.
Well, and you mentioned Coach Cooper Smith as well last called that timeout, and you know the influence that Mark Huppy had on him. He talked about that when we were talking to him before the game.
Yes, Mark was an excellent coach, but more important, he's a great human being. There's not very many people that were around him and didn't just love being around him and have a lot of fun, and he loved his Carolina blue.
The St. James wearing the Carolina blue in his honor today. Sabres. St. Thomas Aquinas out of the timeout, 43-35. The Aquinas lead in a foul on the Renzi drive. Yeah, Coach Cooper Smith was telling us that Coach Huppy is the reason that he went to a Catholic school and ended up getting an education at St. Thomas Aquinas, and what an influence that he had on him personally and just what he meant, you know, to so many people, as you talked about, Coach.
Oh yeah, he wanted to be just like Coach Huppy. That's a great compliment.
Brown from the elbow, missed it. Davis. Neeson. Ogden. Right. Rolls out. Hornback almost had the putback. Davis. Davis to the free throw line again.
Second shots. Aquinas cannot let him get 2 or 3 shots. Joe, you can see when you get an offensive rebound, I mean, there's wide open three-point shooters all over the place. And now you're scrambling defensively, and it makes it awful tough. You're telling the kid, go in there, go get a rebound, box out. Now you got to scramble back, and that St. James does it as well as anybody in the city, that they keep their spacing well, they hit the boards, and they really look for that three-point shot.
Davis will get one more. Makes the second one. 10-point advantage, St. James.
Yeah, Aquinas really needs to spread the floor out. And a lot of dribbling right now with Aquinas and standing around. So St. James is really locking down the middle of the floor right now.
McCullough. Brown. Up and under.
Really good move.
Ogden. Right. Davis. To the paint. Hornback three. Hornback! He can play quarterback and basketball.
And baseball.
And baseball.
But that was a play made by Davis. He goes into the paint, kicks it out with a rhythm shooter out there with his feet set. So
Brown inside, almost got the and one. That'll send Brown to the line to shoot 2. Cole Brown, the leading scorer for St. Thomas Aquinas, only a sophomore, getting better at finishing around the rim. His free throws are getting better as he makes the first one. And I was going to feel really bad if I was talking about that and he misses the first free throw.
Yeah, it's a big basketball family. His mom's a Colich, like we said before. It's a big basketball name in Wyandotte County. His grandpa Bob and his uncle and his brother Bill. And his father, Safe Haven's a really good sponsor for 5-on-5 Sports Media. His dad, Josh.
A foul on the rebound. So foul is against St. James, so that'll send McCullough now to the free throw line. And
both teams are shooting free throws from here on out, the last 48 seconds.
McCullough gets his 3rd points. And his minutes are going up. He's getting more confidence, and they are asking a lot out of him.
I like how vocal he is on the defensive end. You can tell he's going to be a true leader. with him and Brown, they really have a solid future with that freshman and sophomore.
Second one is off. Rebound goes to Ogden.
Hornbeck is just always in the middle of keeping the ball active, and he truly understands his role.
Kolich, the crossover. Traveling violation.
Got a little bit out of control that time. Instead of a jump stop, he tried to land and throw it in midair.
You see Coach Stan Dom there in his 14th season at St. James Academy.
Stan, just like his dad, a big-time coach. His dad for over 40 years at Medicine Lodge, and was a big influence on him, along with Coach Yankovic. He's got a great legacy in that area.
Hornbeck, another takeaway. Hornbeck lays it in. Sabres all the way, fouled. Offensive foul. And Sabres is still down as we take another look at that Hornbeck lay-in.
Wow, full speed going down. He's just a gutsy, aggressive kid. Aquinas staff and crowd's not real happy with that call. Last shot with St. James.
So Kolich will bring it up the floor. Shot clock turned off, final 15 seconds.
Well, here's your matchup. You got Peters with McCullough.
Ogden back to Peters. 4 seconds. Step through. Underneath. Good. Hornbeck. As time expires in the third quarter and St. James increases the lead.
Another excellent pass by Peters, dishing the ball off late. Like Coach said, he's really improved as a player. Especially 2 or 3 years ago, he was nothing but a three-point shooter. He can put the ball on the floor. He's played well defensively. He's finishing at the rim. He really loves to play the game. Coach says he wants to try to play at the next level.
Is Peters.
And he avoided the charge there. I mean, it takes a good athlete to penetrate down in there, turn his body sideways, and dish it off.
As we have played 3 on the spot, Kansas City 38, sponsored by DM Entry Law. St. James with the lead.
At Compass Financial Resources, we help individuals and families looking to take control of their financial future, to find clarity and confidence in the decisions that matter most. We are grateful for the clients who put their trust in us and excited to meet those we'll have the privilege to help next. From all of us at Compass Financial Resources, we wish all of you a wonderful 2026.
Fourth quarter. Aquinas, the opening possession in the quarter, can't get it to go. St. James with a 52-39 lead. Three-pointer, right, no. Sabres. Gavin. Lays it in.
Wine's got to take it 2 points at a time. There's no 10-point offensive play. Just defend and score, defend and score.
Peters. Kolich Oh, the spin, right.
Really good pass by Coolidge. Finished by Wright.
Gavin. Sabres. The turnaround, foul.
Got it.
Gets it to go. Big bucket for St. Thomas Aquinas.
Here in that one, I think got slapped on the arm. Finished strong.
Now Sabres. Honorable mention EKL last year, team's third leading scorer. It's a big free throw.
Really a true leader for St. Thomas Aquinas, coach said. If they're going to make a comeback, it's got to go through him.
So they're checking the clock, and also the St. Thomas Aquinas coaches are saying that the score is wrong, that they gave a point to St. James when they should have given it to St. Thomas Aquinas, as you see Coach Cooper Smith. Coach Cooper Smith giving some instructions to his team right now. So now the officials having a conversation with.
Well, the official book's always the book you go by.
So Coach Cooper Smith waiting to see. Now the score is 54-44. So they got the score corrected.
It's like a big timeout. Both teams catch your breath a little bit.
And these rivalry games, every point matters. So you want to make sure you get all the points you're entitled to. That was a big three-point play for St. Thomas Aquinas. Davis, the other end, doesn't get it to go. Brown.
He didn't get a call down there. He wanted one.
Sabres. Brown. Gavin. Sabres three. Rolls out. Davis has it.
Oh, really good outlet pass.
Peters. Hornback. Ogden to the paint. Lost the handle, and then a loose ball. And a jump ball. Possession arrow to St. James.
St. James can really keep refreshing with new bodies and more energy back in with their deep bench.
Nason, a little miscommunication, but St. James able to recover. Peters from way outside.
That was deep. That was NBA range there.
Almost got it to go. Now St. Thomas Aquinas basketball down by 10. Final 5:22 of the game.
I think Coach Dom just said, "What are we doing?" And they were so successful back cutting and getting some shots at the goal. Now they're relying on the three-point shot a little bit too much.
Brown. McCullough lays it in.
Great high-low look with Brown to McCullough. Utilizing the side, great seal. He's really going to be a good player. He understands how to seal. He understands how to pin his defensive player.
Davis for three.
I really like Davis. He can really do a lot of things.
Brown inside. Brown fouled. Fouls again on Peters.
That's number 21, Emmett Peters.
Coach Dom not liking that last defensive sequence. As Brown makes the first. Cole Brown very good at creating those angles to score, starting to hit more jumpers. And they said he was working on his free throw technique. It was his feet that was the issue, and they've been working with him on it. And after he started making the adjustment, the free throw started to improve.
Yeah, he's up to about 50% now. He's somewhere around 28, 30% one time. So that's just hard work. He loves to play the game. He's a gym rat. He's going to get it done.
It's a 9-point advantage for St. James. Ogden. Peters out of bounds. And it's St. Thomas Aquinas basketball.
That's a matchup they wanted. Peters put it on the floor. McCullough just held his ground, kept his hands up, and he did not get a call. St. James bench was not happy.
And now St. Thomas Aquinas can cut into the lead further. Renzi.
Another post up with McCullough. The weak side help has to stay down there.
Brown, the spin. Off balance, no. Ogden comes away with it.
Oh, excellent pass.
Wide open Neeson. Timeout, St. James. Big find underneath, and Neeson was wide open.
Having his head up was the key for Peters. He takes it left-handed and makes it just a dime, filling the lane, and a big bucket. Excellent pass. They really passed the ball well. They moved the ball from side to side. St. James is really playing well now. Sometimes when you lose 5 or 6 in a row, you question what you do. And what Coach Dom said is we beat 2 of the better teams in 5A, surprised ourselves, and we're playing with confidence. And you see that here. From players 1 through 11, maybe even 12 that they played, have all came in and contributed, to the game so far.
Now St. James trying to hold on. The final 3:47 of this one. Trying to defeat St. Thomas Aquinas for the second time this season. And improved to 2-0 in league play.
These are some big possessions for St. Thomas Aquinas. They got to get something out of them.
McCullough from deep. Off the back iron, Davis has it. Kolich. Ogden, no. Neeson the rebound. Peters 3 from downtown.
They can all rebound, they can all shoot it. That's really big.
Renzi and 1.
Basket is good by number 1, Renzi. That's on number 12, Luke Neeson.
St. Thomas Aquinas crowd wants to get it going. They need a stop. They need scores.
You got 3 minutes and 11 seconds. An opportunity to make this an 11-point game. Lindsay makes it. Is Whalen now in for St. Thomas Aquinas?
Gavin out. I think this is their best defensive team, Coach feels like. Extending the pressure a little bit, full court. You got Ogden and Peters on the floor. They're going to take care of the ball.
Peters is fouled. Fouls on Bertholf.
Awful close to a 5-second call.
So Bertholf commits the foul on Peters, and Bossy.
They're going to be in no hurry.
Kolich. Bertholdt guarding him closely. Whalen tipped it away. Davis inside. Renzi makes the two.
Big, strong, good-looking athlete.
Sabres. Picked off by Peters.
We've seen that before.
Up and over for two.
That's his third steal on a diagonal pass.
Brown, three. No. Davis. Bossy. Ogden. Kick out. Kolich, three. Yes!
That's St. James basketball. They can get them in bundles. They just did. The crowd feels it.
And Kolich hitting a big shot to really extend the advantage. Is just a few moments ago, it was a single-digit lead for St. James, but they've been able to expand it now with 1:49 left.
Yeah, they're really getting a rebound and taking off right now. Spreading the floor, penetrate and kick out, as you see here. Great pass by Ogden. Feet set, Kolich. Those threes add up. They're excited and they feel like they can take the broom to the St. Thomas Aquinas Saints.
Coach Dom is wanting his team to finish strong here. Slow start for St. James. St. Thomas Aquinas able to get the early lead, but St. James really started to pick things up as the game moved along.
Absolutely, and I think they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're 10-7. They played a really tough schedule, undefeated in the EKL. If they can hold on here, but he really feels like they can really make something happen in 5A basketball. Depending on their last few games and where they're seated, they could be facing Aquinas right now if they started it up today for the third time.
Talked about that with the girls game. They may meet again for the fourth time, and these two teams here may meet for the third time in postseason play. As Bertholdt shots off the mark. Brown tried for the save, but here's Kolich. The foul. It'll be the second team foul against St. Thomas Aquinas.
That's number 33, Jacob McCullough.
That's McCullough's third foul.
Yeah, the refs are going to really try to call it tight down the stretch. It's getting physical a little bit chirpy.
Davis, fouled by Brown.
We really haven't seen a Brown-Kolich matchup here yet. They're cousins.
Yeah,
staying away from each other. That's for backyards.
Davis. Hess. Kolich, kick out, Ogden three, short. Out of bounds to St. Thomas Aquinas.
I mean, you score 69 points and your best shooter doesn't have a great night. That tells you a little bit about the depth you have and the ability to score the basketball for St. James.
Final minute. Sabres. No, tipped around.
Oh, great pass behind the back.
Kolich, kick out, Ogden. Back it out, and Peters will slow things down as St. James 32 seconds away from their second league victory. And about to be 2-0 in Eastern Kansas League play as Kolich pass out of bounds. We'll go back to St. Thomas Aquinas. Brown Spins. Blocked by Hess. Kolic has it. And Kolic will let the clock wind down as St. James, a 69-51 victory here in Game 2 of our doubleheader. They improved to 2-0 in league play, and for St. Thomas Aquinas, they fall to 0-2 in league play. St. Thomas Aquinas now 5-13, and St. James Academy 11-7.
Well, second half was really controlled by St. James. It started in the first 3 minutes of the second half. They came out with a lot of energy, a couple defensive stops, hit a couple threes, and went kind of downhill from there for St. Thomas Aquinas.
And for St. James, another big victory, and another big victory in this rivalry is fans of St. James have a lot to celebrate here tonight on Mark Huppy night.
That's the way they wanted it to work out. They get 2 victories, the crowd's into it. Those baby blue uniforms are undefeated, Joe.
May have to keep wearing those a little longer. And what a night of basketball. Is St. James able to come away with the victories in both games in our doubleheader. $69-51 is the final score. We will be back for our player of the game and some final thoughts. You are watching The Spot, Kansas City 38 High School Game of the Week, sponsored by DM Injury Law.
A large bank that stays tied to the community it serves? That's bold. For over 90 years, Security Bank has served the greater Kansas City area. That's longer than most of the barbecue joints around. What's our secret sauce? It's our commitment to local lending and local decisions, championing what makes Kansas City great, because Kansas City is full of champions. Speaking of which, we've been recognized as the strongest large bank in KC. Security Bank of Kansas City, boldly local.
I'm Mike DePasquale, Kansas City's lawyer, the city of champions. Living here, you learn what makes a community strong, what holds people together, and how to do what's right for friends, family, and neighbors. Kansas City is a place where values still matter and honesty is a way of life. It's where you can reach out to someone you trust if you need help. When you're injured, you want a lawyer who knows this city and a team that knows how to win. If you've been injured, call me. I've got this.
The DM Injury Law Game of the Week on The Spot, Kansas City 38, is brought to you by DM Injury Law, Dream Lawn, your Kansas City area Toyota dealers, Compass Financial Resources, Athletic Solutions, and Cruz Elite Basketball Academy.
And welcome back to St. James Academy. St. James with the 69-51 final score. Coach, I think our player of the game, pretty obvious, Emmett Peters.
Well, he did it all offensively and defensively. Not only did he shoot the ball well, but I think his creativity with the basketball going down the lane, 3 or 4 excellent passes, 3 steals on diagonal passes, finishing there in the open floor. Aquinas probably didn't do a great job of stopping his penetration. When his feet set, you might as well count it for 3 points. He really played well today and led the Thunder to victory.
Well, our player of the game brought to you by Cruz Elite Basketball Academy. Emmett Peters, what a game. Final score tonight, 69-51. We want to thank you for watching The Spot. Kansas City 38, the high school game of the week, brought to you by DM Law. Big thank yous to our excellent producer and director, Sean Belden, as well as everyone at St. James and St. Thomas Aquinas. For the coach, Rick Zeke, I'm Joe Van Emberg.